Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we are taking a look at Phase 6, or the Challenge Phase for Top Commander, and obviously some of the best ways to earn points for this phase. The problem with Challenge Phase is that it lasts for 2 days. You have a total of 7 million points you're looking for just for the phase target rewards, and unfortunately what you're looking at is a ton of different ways to earn points. However, all of them have reduced rates to what you'd get earlier in the week. For example, if you look at construction speedups and research speedup from phase 1, you are going to see them in challenge phase here as well, construction and research. You're going to see train troops from phase 5, kill hive minds and resource gathering from phase 2 and phase 3, or phase 2 and phase 1. Resource gathering from phase 2, killing zombies from 3 and 4, and then consuming arrows from all across it. Like I said though, the point differences are less on the challenge phase, which means you get less bang for your buck for almost all of the missions for challenge phase compared to what it was earlier in the week. Like I said, let's take a look quickly at not the ranking, pardon me, at phase 1. So phase 1 gives you construction speedups and research speedups as an opportunity. And for those in that phase, you earn 150 points per minute used. In challenge phase, you only get 120 points for every 1 minute used, so it's far less efficient. This is why it's better to use your construction speedups and research speedups on the first day and then not saving them for the challenge phase. Same with training squads. You get more points for your tier 6 squads when you have it on training day in phase 5 than what you get for phase 6. Now, does that mean you do not take advantage of this? No, absolutely not. But you're not going to speed up your trained troops in order to get more points that way, because you're not getting points for training speed ups. You're only getting points for trained troops, right? This is why we also use the trick between phase 4 and phase 5, where you use your training speed ups on phase 4 and leave the troops in your barracks to be collected for phase 5, at which point then you can collect them and start off phase 5 on a good foot. Now, there's a couple that you're going to notice are not part of the challenge phase. For example, honing armaments, armament trackings, bounty ground, water war, upgrading and searching heroes, for example, is not included. Same with upgrading parts equipment. Okay, so that's not included in challenge phase. So it's the majority of things, but not all. So take a quick look at that and just remember it's limited access, right? Construction speed, research speed, training troops, kill hive minds, resource gathering, killing zombies, and consuming arrows. Now, I mentioned that there were a couple of missions that don't have a difference in points. That's going to be consuming arrows and your resource gathering. Resource gathering still provides 36 points for 1,000 units of food, which obviously goes down between wood, steel, and oil, and the rest, and gems, okay? So you're still getting the same points for gathering, and you're still getting the same points for consuming arrows, but everything else has a limited, or has a lowered amount. For example, I know that killing level 35 zombies, normally gives 6,600 points per, but here you're only seeing 5,280. Like I mentioned, your construction speedups are 120 versus 150 that you get on the first day. So obviously you're not gonna drop as many as you can here either. Same with training squads. You get less points for a tier 6 here than you do on the regular training squads day, so you're going to be very specific with that. In my opinion, the only thing you're really doing on challenge phase is saving up to drop all of your arrows and saving up all of your farmers to hopefully farm a heck of a lot on challenge day as well. But it's mostly going to be arrows, because that's where you get the best bang for your buck. A resource gathering, because that's consistent. And then obviously if you're still in the push for everything else, you can drop, if you're trying to participate to win, for example, or to at least rank in the 15, you can go ahead and use those other ones: construction speed ups, research speed ups, training troops, and the rest, if you absolutely need it. But in my opinion, I would suggest not. Obviously save your arrows so that you can drop it. Now, don't forget with your arrows, okay? This is something that a lot of people don't know. If you read down here at the bottom, this point right here is very important. Commanders who rank in the top 100 and have at least 1,000 points. This means that you need to use at least 1,000 arrows to earn rewards. Okay? So all of these people who are ranked, and this is where it gets really ridiculous. If you think about it, only 17 people get rewards here. Only the top 17. Everything 18 to 100, which normally have rewards because that's what it says, is earning nothing because they do not have at least 1,000 points. And 1,000 points is 1,000 arrows. So save your arrows, save your arrows, save your arrows until you have 1,000 before you use them. And then use them all on the last day of Top Commander. And if you think about it, let's do some quick math, okay? Let's say you saved up exactly 1,000 arrows. So 1,000 arrows, and you have 10,800 points per. That means that for 1,000 arrows, you're earning 10.8 million points, which is more than enough to earn all of your rankings and do pretty well. The challenge phase is typically one of the harder ones for people to earn points for. They're typically going to drop all their points on the challenge days that give you more value, especially if they're pushing to rank in the top, at least in the top 15. So don't feel bad about not getting a ton of points in the last commander phase, top commander phase, when you can actually get a ton more points in the first 5. Okay, so that's what your kind of focus is. The challenge phase used to have the ability to kill troops for points, but they've removed that when they got rid of Dark Seal event. And so now we're kind of just waiting for something to hit back into the challenge phase to actually make it a little bit more competitive. Because right now, Top Commander is not nearly as competitive as it should be. And that's specifically because, in my opinion, they've taken away the actual challenge part of it. They've taken away the fighting aspect of it. Okay. Now, that being said, guys, that is it for Top Commander. We've gone through absolutely every phase in regards to it. We've gone through the point breakdowns. We've gone through, some of the tips to score the most. Let me give you my final bits of advice, okay? Remember, they work bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks you have a Top Commander, and it does it in cycles of 2. So there'll be 2 infantry, followed by 2 ranged, followed by 2 rider, okay? Followed by 2 infantry, 2 ranged, 2 rider. That's 2 repeat actions of it. So basically 1 month infantry, 1 month ranged, 1 month rider, okay? Now, my best advice, especially for those who are free-to-play players or low-play players or things like that, people who aren't spending, $300 a week on the game, save your speed up, save your resources, save all of that kind of stuff to participate in the TC that you want. Don't expect to place in every single one. Don't try to place in every single one. In my opinion, collect just your phase rewards and save everything else so that you can participate in one TC every couple of months and hopefully rank to get those characters a little at a time. If you're a whale and money doesn't matter to you, go ahead and participate in every single one and do everything you can to win every single one. That's totally fine. However, if you're a free-to-play player or a low-play player or a low spender, things like that, it is best to hyper-focus and pay attention to those TCs and only participate in the strategic ones. So communicate with your region. Find out how many people are participating for every single one. Find out what people, push harder on and go from there. Like, there's nothing wrong with asking players who, when they plan to participate and find the right TC or the right Top Commander where you can use the most of your resources and get the best rewards from there. Do I still agree that this is a pay-to-win game? 100%. I'm not saying it's not, okay? But I am saying, and I still stand by the fact that this is one of the most balanced free-to-play versus pay-to-win games out there. Most, if not all of the things can be earned with simply grinding and time. Is it faster to spend money? Absolutely. But that is not the absolute quintessential need. You don't have to, and you can still participate fairly well as long as you hyper-focus. Make sure to choose one style, one troop type, one line first at a time, and boost them up as high as you can. You don't have to fight 5 lines at a time. You can fight 1 line at a time and stay with the group and do just as well, okay? That's it, folks. That being said, thanks so much for tuning in. I love everybody who does it. We are closely approaching that 600 subscriber goal. We're moving towards 1,000 very quickly, and it would not be if it wasn't for all of you out there helping out. Spreading the word, telling your friends about us, hitting the like button, subscribe button, commenting, and obviously going ahead and filling that notification bell. Just know we've just opened up memberships as well, so for only $6.99 a month, you can click the join button. That's $6.99 Canadian, which works out to about $5 American. That gives you access to emojis, super chats when we start, streaming. It's obviously going to give you access to membership or member-only content, access to content before it goes live, all of that kind of stuff. So for only $6.99 Canadian a month, you can help support the channel and push us a little bit better. The harder that we push, the more that we're going to drop back into it to give you guys better content. Okay? The entire goal of this is to provide the most educational purpose that we can so that everyone has the capability to learn this game as best as they can. Okay? But that being said, guys, I am out of here. Thanks very much for tuning in. Love, peace, chicken grease, and for everybody else, stay lifted.